Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Let me say this. Thanks to French Quarters Guest Apartments for being our New York City hotel. Let them be your headquarters in New York City. Go to FrenchQuartersNY.com to book your next day. That's right, FrenchQuartersNY.com to book your next day. I am here with the author of this book, Retool Your Relationship, Fix the One You're With, Trina Dolenz. And we're talking relationships. And it's getting hot and heavy here.
Yeah.
Very awkward.
Something interesting that you were saying is that everyone picks their partner based on the unconscious knowledge that that person will disappoint them more than anyone else in their life. And that scares me because I can't even think how my wife could disappoint me because she is amazing. And I don't even know, and Artie brought up like, yeah, she could cheat on you, that sort of thing. That would be awful, yes.
Terrible.
But, you know, again, I assume that that hasn't happened and that it won't. But I don't know, she does, she's an amazing mom, she's an amazing wife. That brings me to the point where I think I'm gonna be the disappointer. Like, this is bad news. I'm the one who's cut out to do the awful, disappointing, and letting her down. So how do I change that? I mean, is this like something?
It doesn't have to be both of you. Maybe it is going to be you, but the disippointment
I think it's definitely me.
It's not so sort of grim as you're talking about.
Yeah, really, that was very depressing.
I feel depressed now. I feel like I need to start reading this book.
Told you doom and gloom is to come. But, you know, it may take too long to ask you here, but it would be something along the lines of your parents ignored you because there was 6 of you in the family and you were the little one and you didn't get attention. And the one thing your wife gives you is massive attention. It's wonderful. And then something happens in your family, in her life, where she stops giving you attention because she has to, because something's happened, you know. I'm saying it's a small shift. Something happens, and because that is such a trigger for you, because that happened in your family, that's why you're going to have a big problem with it. Do you
If
see what I mean?
everything's based on childhood, like I can't think of stuff, like my childhood was pretty amazing. I really can't think of anything that...
and it ended great. I mean, you became an NFL football.
No, it was like a dream come true. The first tragedy in my life was when I got cut. You know, when my body broke down and I couldn't play football. I was 31 years old. I mean, that's a little further along than childhood. Like
that was your first real tragedy?
Yeah, it really was. I mean,
so who the hell can relate to
that? It was like a fairy tale.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe do I not have...
well, you sound like you're one of the very lucky people where you're going to have a...
But then it's...
You sucked in both Super Bowls.
Then it comes, yeah, it's true. But then it comes full circle, and it leads me to where I am the disappointer because I don't even realize that I'm, you know, letting her down in some way.
Well, you just said earlier that she takes quite a while to tell you what's wrong or something. So, you know, maybe there's something, little truth in that.
It's all about communication,
on deck.
I guess. We just need to get more communicative and bring it out.
I think so. I think that helps everyone.
Yeah, remember, I see unhealthy couples. So healthy couples will only exhibit this in very minor way, and they kind of, you know, it's a trip to the grocery store or something very mundane, little day-to-day things that they trip over. I see people who are in a right pickle. You know, so it's completely...
Isn't every relationship unhealthy, though? I mean, every relationship can be better.
On some level, you know.
It's not unhealthy. I don't like... No, because all relationships are...
In need of some attention.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Some improvement, some, you know, hashing out.
Well, life's worth improving all the time, isn't it?
Definitely. I mean, I know mine is. You know, it's... I'm not going to lie to you. I could use a few sit-ups. You know, and I don't know, I could use a better attitude. I feel I have a negative attitude.
Well, it's when you say frequently that Adrian's mom is still crying, and
well, that's a joke.
Yeah, but there's something there. I mean, you feel like her family is not that.
No, they've never made that evident to me.
Oh, really?
But I'm just sort of projecting that on them. To me, I'm going with the odds. Like, how could they not be?
Right.
Why did you decide to get married? Well, I mean, you've been single for this time.
Yeah, I'm 46, and you know, she's 29, and she expressed interest in that, and she's such a catch in every way. I love her to death, and I'm like, wow, this is perfect. I mean, you know, let me give it a shot. You know, and it's I'd come close one time before, but that ended bad. You know, girls like to get a little too close to you. Like after 6 months, it's like, I want to know your last name, stuff like that. I don't know. I just think I found the perfect girl, and my mother's getting older. I need someone to take care of me.
He's going to have no problems.
Well, how does he, if there is some truth to the jest, that
There always is.
Yeah. How does Artie go about, doing, making things right with her family?
Well,
because
actually, there is no. I am goofing around quite a bit.
He's talking about himself, actually.
They've embraced me with open arms. It's really my own
Your own
view.
perception of yourself.
My view of me. I just can't see. Her father is a very classy guy. He's a doctor. And I just can't see him looking at me and going, "Oh my God, the dream boat has docked. Let's get on." I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's terribly. I'm going to be a bit. I'm English, but that's very American.
What?
To judge. I mean, I would hope. I'm speaking for maybe English people that. We want our children to be happy and to be in love and to be taken care of, supported and protected by their man.
Right.
And that's all you've got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think America's far more interested in success and how you've done and your, as you say, your abilities.
Right.
On all different levels. But if you treat her right, in England, most parents would be extremely happy.
Well, that's the thing. You treat her amazing.
I feel I do. I mean, but there's been times where maybe it hasn't been perfect, obviously, but I try to. She certainly deserves that type of treatment. I don't know. It's very complicated. Life is complicated.
If she was sitting here and I asked, excuse me, what's the worst thing that you think sort of, is a problem between you, what would she say?
Well, first, she'd have to ask my permission, like she does everything, to answer you.
Control.
And, right. And if I grab her arm and go, "We'll talk about it later," she knows to dumb me up. I don't know what she would say. I think she'd say, she's very sweet. She wouldn't want to hurt my feelings. Say everything's fine, but she's worried about my health. I think she wants me to treat myself better, so we could have a long relationship. Because even though I've kicked a lot of bad things, I'm still an unhealthy person. 46, and it's just I'm not. I got to lose weight. I'm diabetic. I think that's what she would say. I think she would say he's got to live healthier so we could have a future together, and that's important.
And so that's given you a hope and a goal and an interest.
Yeah, that's an interest in living longer. Sure, I'd love to talk about it more with you, but we got to take a break. Now we'll get back into this. It's very difficult stuff. The Artie Lange. Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Author, talk show host here with us, Trina Dolenz. Retool your relationship. Fix the one you're with right here. How long does it take you to write a book like this?
That took about a year. About 9 months. Actually co-wrote it with the guy I'm actually staying with here in New York.
Okay.
And
the guy you're in a relationship with?
No,
okay.
my girlfriend's husband.
Oh, all right.
And he helped. He's a journalist and a great writer, and he helped actually sort of hone it down into something because I'm not very good writer.
Right.
But I had to write nearly every sentence
Yeah.
to make the sort of therapeutic effect. And I think, actually, I was asked to write that book after doing Tool Academy. I did 3 seasons with VH1 as the resident therapist on this TV show, reality TV show. And so I got asked to write a book that went sort of hand in hand with the show. And I think I wrote a little bit too much of a heavy book. I think I should have done something a bit more light-hearted.
Oh, well.
So I really went to town and did a book that was sort of, 10...
That makes me want to read it more because it's serious. It's not a joke.
No. It's 10 sessions with me, and you seriously can make some changes if you do. A diet book.
Yeah.
If you read a diet book, you're not going to lose weight, are you?
No.
And eat a cream bun while you're reading it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't.
So
that could never work.
So you have to do my book. You can't just read it. You have to do it.
Okay.
And if you do it, then you change your relationship.
10 things I hate about myself on page 130. I stumbled across that. Now, are these really things you hate about yourself, or?
No, it's not about me. I'm the therapist.
So it's like an activity book for the reader. Like you actually do these lists and you talk about this with your partner and you make it work.
Being angry, feeling inadequate, I guess these are popular ones. Being demanding, always nagging, being envious, constantly lying and being deceptive, feeling shy, doing all of the work, being the adult, always being the caregiver. Wow, so those common things people feel?
Yes.
Wow. Always nagging, being envious. Wow, yeah. That's a lot of broads, definitely.
Doing all the work, being the caregiver.
Feeling shy.
That's, I mean, I'm not saying that because it applies to me. I'm saying the opposite, you know.
Right.
That's stuff that I need to work on.
Yeah, funny, I mean, when I see couples in my private practice, one of the most shocking things, I mean, I sort of think, what do you hear? And you always think you're going to hear some ghastly sort of sexual thing. One of the most shocking things is that the couple will often sit there and he will describe, well, I do the dishes in the morning and I make breakfast. Then I take the children to school. Then I come back and, you know, I usually go to the grocery store and I cook dinner and I... And, you know, and then what does she do? Oh, no, I don't work.
Well, I have a lot of girls I've met who are willing to be the adult, but that costs an extra $100. Trina Dolenz, Reach-Lee Relationship. Great. Come back sometime, Trina.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Great
Thank you.
guest.
Enjoy
Back
it.
after these words.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.